Welcome back to Forward Drive Adventure Crew. My name is Voss, and on this episode we are continuing our Lake Tahoe adventure. So we're exploring all trails around Lake Tahoe, California, including portions of Rubicon Trail. In the previous episode we did a beautiful scenery and everything. So today we're going down Rubicon Springs, and we're going to be taking a couple trails off the Rubicon to explore them, because we've never been on them. We've done Rubicon multiple times, but we haven't taken any offshoot roads that lead in a different direction. So stay tuned. We're about to start heading down Rubicon Trail from the Lake Tahoe side down to the Rubicon Springs. The Rubicon Trail is the world famous off-road trail, and we are lucky that we live in the same state and the same county that this trail is. And after recent rains, it is pretty beat up, lots of water standing everywhere, but that's the beauty about driving, exploring this trail in the fall. The weather's a lot cooler, the bugs are not here, and trail's pretty much empty. Today's a Saturday, and there's not a whole lot of traffic out here, which is gonna be good. We have a group of 5 Jeeps, and we're coming up to the observation point on the Rubicon Trail, and I'm gonna stop there for a minute and start getting down Cadillac Hill into Rubicon Springs. We've never done Rubicon from the Lake Tahoe side, and it's pretty cool. Normally we go out these obstacles, and right now we're going in this way, which is pretty cool. The observation point is camp coming up right now, and we're gonna stop there, take a picture of our group. So it'll be pretty cool to actually see the Rubicon Trail in the reverse order from our normal way of doing this trail. All right, we made it to the observation point. So in theory, if you want to do a Rubicon Instagram style, you can drive to Loon Lake, take a picture at the Rubicon sign on the Loon Lake, and then drive around on the highway to Lake Tahoe, explore Lake Tahoe, then drive your vehicle down to the observation point, which is not too difficult. And then you can pose a picture here that you made it through the whole Rubicon. But who am I kidding? Who does that nowadays, huh? So we are taking picture to do the beginning of Rubicon sort of thing, little group photo. And that's the lineup of vehicles we have today. Three XJ Rocklander editions, a 5.2 ZJ, and a YJ on some 42s. So should be pretty cool. All right, we're heading out from observation point and gonna start going down to the Cadillac Hill. Not sure if there's any traffic coming up, but I guess we'll find out here shortly. We heard some engine rumbles from the observation point, but we don't know which way they're going, up or down. First time ever on the Rubicon, we were pulling a broken down XJ with broken drive shaft and broken steering at the end, because we were dragging him. He had no lockers, and it was only front wheel drive because he broke his rear drive shaft. It was fun. Since then, we never do the whole Rubicon in 2 days unless we're going with the people that have experience. And last time we did it fully, and about 2 years ago, we did it in 2 days with ease. Made it to the Cadillac Hill. So far, no traffic coming up, which is good, because we got to the narrowest section of this trail here on the hill, and our guys are catching up to us, and we're gonna start going down into there. All right, let's see how fun it's gonna be going down, because tomorrow we gotta go right back up it. That should be interesting. All right, we're starting our descent down Cadillac Hill. This is not as difficult as going back up on it, but we've done it multiple times. I think it's gonna be pretty okay, as long as nobody makes mistakes and rolls over. The infamous tight corners over here and slick rocks, very off-camber stuff. Made it unscathed, and we got a few more obstacles before we get to the turnoff to the Long Lake Canyon. As soon as we passed Cadillac Hill, we ran into the big group that was coming up, so perfect spot for us to get around each other. And we're about to turn on the Long Lake Trail and start exploring that trail, because Rubicon has a lot of different trails on it, so I am interested to see where that will lead us. Oh, look at this. This is the Rubicon Cemetery. All right, we're gonna follow this dead-end trail. See where it leads, see if there's any good camp spots. If not, we'll turn around and go into the springs. So here it is. Welcome to the Long Lake Trail. All right, let's go check out what this trail has to offer. A little bit of a change from all the rocks that we were going through for past hour. And looks like since the last rains, nobody driven in or driven out of here. So let's go see if there's anything interesting down this road. We're gonna be following the Rubicon River, and I believe it ends at Rubicon River in the direction of Hellhole Reservoir. I guess I spoke too soon about not driving over big boulders. Here we are in a little boulder alley. Came to a little dilemma. The road says we're going forward. I don't see any tracks or anything. So let me walk around and see where the trail goes. That's the problem with sometimes on the Rubicon. You get to the slabs and you can't tell where the heck you're supposed to be going. So I don't know, everything looks too clean. There's no tire tracks or tire marks, but I think we're going right here and through the slabs. Yep. Big undercut. Big undercut. There's an undercut about the size of your tire. Watch for the camera. We are right along Rubicon River right now. The trail keeps going that way. Saw a little pull out, and here we are. Oh, there's a good camping spot over there. But we got to finish the trail first before we can find a campsite. Nice, nice. All right, let's go finish the trail. We have a pedestrian guide that's following the Onyx off-road map, And we're driving because after the rain you can't see anything, barely any tire marks, and we're just driving on the slabs. That is way secluded out here, just up my alley type of a campgrounds and trails. But that storm is rolling in, I'm not too fond of. But Rubicon River is right there. We're following it all along. So I guess that's the long lake. All right, looks like we have made it to the end of it. And there's not much at the very end of it. Let me park my Jeep and we'll go look around, but I think the other spot where the rest of the group is a whole lot better than this. But yeah, it's just kind of open on the slabs here. Not too much flat spot. But I can hear some kind of a waterfall or something. All right, so pretty much, yeah, you can't really drive anywhere here. Everything's big boulders. And the river becomes more of a river than a slow-moving lake. And that goes all the way to Hellhole Reservoir. Nice. All right, let's go to camp. We have made it to the campsite, campsite that we spotted earlier. And it's right next to the Rubicon River. And it's open enough for, I would say, good, like 8 cars you can get in here, no problem. We only have 5, means that's gonna be plenty of space for everybody. Is the kitchen already straight?
I think so.
Okay.
Do I need to measure it when the tailgate is open, right?
Yeah, but I would say pull forward if we can use that table for the grill and stuff.
Then I guess I need to pull forward that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be setting up camp. And we'll see you guys a bit later. All right, we're cooking some ribs today. We got our propane set up right here, and we got ribs cooking good. So the rain didn't start or anything, so the cloud's been going through passes, but nothing is getting rained on us. So tomorrow the plan is we're gonna go down to Rubicon Springs and maybe down to the Green Bridge to do some more Instagram photos, you know, and you know, just enjoy the trail a little bit. Some of our friends haven't been on this portion of the Rubicon Trail, and James on the buggy, the last time he's been on this side of the Rubicon was like in 2005, so he hasn't been here in 20 years. So we're gonna go down to the springs, hang out there for a little bit, and then head back out. So we'll see you guys in the morning.